Now, this is a little bit of a misleading weight class because Nick Goff is the 4 seed, yet he's also the defending champion. So when he won his semifinal match, even though it was in overtime, he won 5-3. Ron, do you consider that an upset?
Not necessarily, not at 220. We knew this was a very competitive weight class, a very a tight weight class. I mean, there were 4 guys all capable of being here in the final, or maybe even more. I don't think any. I looked at the bracket earlier, and I don't know. I just don't think anything that has happened in this weight class is considered an upset. Now Goff came in as the number 4 seed. He had already lost to a couple of wrestlers. He was a region champ from last year, went to the state tournament, and had already had a couple of losses against some wrestlers in the bracket. It dropped them down to 4th. DelVecchio, freshman from South Plainfield,
who just scored a takedown. It's now 2-0 with about 1:03 seconds remaining.
You may remember his brother, Scott DelVecchio from South Plainfield, who finished his career as a 2-time state champ with 160 wins and only 10 losses. And his brother's here. I can see his brother sitting in the crowd. But Scott, who's a 133-pound college wrestler,
yeah.
And there's his brother, who's a 220-pound freshman high school wrestler.
I tell you what, as a freshman, he's very impressive. He's gotten some big wins that you wouldn't really have expected him to get. But you can tell he works hard. And you know what? The thing that I've noticed about him, because I've got to watch him wrestle a few times, he has an incredible wrestling IQ. You know, he has an awareness that I'm very surprised to see at the freshman level. You could see he's planning out moves, 1, 2, 3 moves ahead of time. He's trying to position different things.
He's 20-1 on the season. Again, a freshman sensation who, we're gonna see for 4 long years, and if he maintains the 220 weight class, he's gonna own this thing for the next 4 years.
DelVecchio just misses a takedown by the edge of the mat. There's 22 seconds left. The score is 2-1. That came from a takedown and an escape from Goff.
Now Nick Goff is 20-2 on the season. Again, 2 losses within some dual meets that have caused him to drop a little bit in the seeding process. But here he is in the finals again. He's won this thing last year at 220, and he won the district and he won the region and went to Atlantic City. And he's got 93 wins in his career. So. Again, so Nick, it's things that happen in December and January don't affect you too much until you get to late January and February. That's where you earn you kind of earn your spot. So Nick had a good tournament, defeated Jack Sweeney, the top seed, in overtime, I believe, in the semifinal. Zach defeated Dan McAgon of Old Bridge, 1-0 in the semifinal. So these 2 kids have earned their way into a final, and 2-1 with 1:40 to go here in the second period.
DelVecchio chose defense to start the 3rd period. Told referee Anthony Zullo that he was going to choose defense. Anthony Zullo is assisted by Sweet Lou Del Monte. They are both members of the NJWOA Central Chapter, and it is through the Central Chapter's generosity that they are sponsoring this broadcast and allowing you to be able to see it on YouTube and later on mycentraljersey.com. So for that, we thank them. DelVecchio gets the escape. He has a front headlock there by the edge of the mat. You kind of wonder what's going to go on there, and it's nothing. Out of bounds. The score is now 3-1. There's 1:14 left in the second period. We are just passing the 1-minute mark now. 44 seconds left. Goff goes for the shot. DelVecchio tries to spin around. Goff trying to take advantage of the out of bounds. And wow! Referee Anthony Zullo calls fleeing the mat on Goff, who clearly was trying to get out of bounds to avoid the takedown. And the referee calls him for a technical violation. It is now 4-1 DelVecchio. DelVecchio is a very smart and intelligent wrestler. So I would consider this a commanding lead. And Goff is going to have to get some points now because it's going to be harder to do it later. We see Goff trying to charge in a little bit, try to catch DelVecchio on his heels. And that's the buzzer. We're going into the third period. Goff is going to choose defense. Now, you think to yourself, okay, well, Goff is going to escape, and then that's going to be his chance to try to take down DelVecchio. You know what? That's not the case. DelVecchio won a 1-0 match against Macagon. You know, he didn't get a stall call, you know. He got an escape, and then he was able to ride out Macagon for 2 whole minutes. He's very good at what he does. Hey, let him go this time. Yeah, I guess he was able to hear Zullo's warning in the background and didn't want to get hit with that caution. So Goff gets the escape. The score is 4-2. There's about 1:35 remaining. 1:35 exactly on the clock. Goff needs a takedown. DelVecchio very aware of this. Very aware that Goff is going to have to put himself out there, and I think DelVecchio is going to be looking for a mistake or an opportunity. Goff needs to create some action here because DelVecchio is going to feel like a rock to him right about now. One minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. Goff is in on the leg. He's in on the leg. Trying to get the takedown. Got the takedown by the edge of the mat. 38 seconds left. He tied up the match 4-4. There's 38 seconds left. It's very hard to take down DelVecchio. Are you going to try to ride him out for the whole 38 seconds? And I think you have to. I think you have to try to keep him down. Goff is trying to throw in legs. He's very high. His hips are out of position. He's in a very dangerous spot. And I think DelVecchio knows this. DelVecchio's reaching for the head. Goff's hips are low. There was a little bit of a desperation move there. DelVecchio escapes. There's 16 seconds left. It's 5-4. Goff is charging. DelVecchio knows to stay in bounds. There is 10 seconds remaining as they go out of bounds. 10 seconds. I don't think Goff is going to get 2 stalling calls out of him in 10 seconds, although he's going to be charging. There's 1 stalling call, 7 seconds. 4, 3. He's on his knees, though. He's not going to be able to charge very well from there. And freshman Nick DelVecchio from South Plainfield is your GMC champion.
By a score of 5-4 from South Plainfield High School, Zach DelVecchio.
Now he knows what his brother was feeling.